Welcome to the Liberty and Democracy Podcast. Are you a passionate believer in liberty and democracy? Are you concerned about the growing infiltration of Marxist and socialist ideology in our politics, media, and culture? This podcast was created by a citizen of the United States who was born and raised in Romania, a socialist country in Eastern Europe, during the 1970s and 1980s. As more and more members of our youth pivot towards Marxism, socialism, and communism in the United States of America and beyond, now, more than ever, it is important to focus on liberty and democracy, instead of the alluring Marxist and socialist trends which, as history repeatedly has shown, lead to repressive authoritarian regimes. Marxism does not lead to utopia either in the United States of America or anywhere else in the world. Let us question governments, policies, and manufactured social progressivism. Let us go back to the times when it was okay for us to agree to disagree. Welcome to the Liberty and Democracy Podcast. For the next few months, our podcast episodes published on Mondays will include excerpts from Maestro Cercia's ebook, It's Not Their Money, A Case Against Big Government. Are you ready? Let's begin.
We're now about to listen to Maestro Cercia's ebook titled, It's Not Their Money, A Case Against Big Government. Chapter 5, The Role of Citizens. Voting and Civic Engagement. As someone who has experienced life under a regime that suppressed individual freedoms and stifled democratic participation, I cannot stress enough the importance of voting and civic engagement in a free society. The power to shape the government lies directly in the hands of the citizens, and it is through active participation in the democratic process that we can influence policy decisions and ensure that our voices are heard. But it is not just about casting a vote, it is about making informed decisions that align with our values and interests. Informed voting requires us to be knowledgeable about the political issues and candidates at hand. We must take the time to research and analyze their positions, track records, and ideals. Only by being informed can we make choices that truly represent our beliefs and contribute to the betterment of society. Creating awareness about the voting process and requirements is essential to ensuring that every citizen can exercise their right to vote. We must educate ourselves and others about the registration process, deadlines, and the different methods available, such as in-person voting, mail-in ballots, and early voting. Access to this information can be easily obtained through a variety of resources, be it government websites, community organizations, or voter education initiatives. By being prepared and informed, we can overcome any obstacles that may arise and exercise our right to vote freely. Grassroots organizations play a critical role in encouraging civic engagement. These organizations work tirelessly to mobilize citizens and empower individuals to take an active role in the democratic process. They establish initiatives and programs that promote voter turnout, foster community engagement, and create a sense of collective responsibility. Through their efforts, they inspire and mobilize citizens to become agents of change, active participants in the democratic process that carries the nation forward. In today's digital age, social media platforms have transformed the landscape of civic engagement. These platforms have become powerful tools for spreading information, raising awareness about political issues, and mobilizing citizens to take action. Crafting compelling narratives and utilizing social media networks can amplify grassroots campaigns, spark conversations, and involve citizens in meaningful ways. However, we must also recognize the challenges that social media poses, such as the dissemination of misinformation and the risk of creating echo chambers. It is vital that we navigate these platforms with discernment and engage in constructive dialogue that bridges ideological divides. Unfortunately, there are still barriers that prevent certain individuals or communities from actively participating in the democratic process. Vulnerable groups often face voter suppression, lack of access to information, and various other barriers that hinder their ability to engage in civic life fully. Recognizing and addressing these barriers is crucial to ensuring equal representation and engagement. We must actively work to dismantle systemic obstacles that hinder the participation of marginalized communities, and advocate for policies that safeguard the equal rights of all citizens. Engaging and encouraging young voters is also essential for a vibrant and inclusive democracy. We must take deliberate steps to reach out to young people, connecting political issues to their everyday lives and demonstrating how their voices can make a tangible difference. Youth-oriented campaigns, innovative educational programs, and initiatives that empower young individuals to take an active role in the democratic process can go a long way in fostering a new generation of engaged citizens. Community organizations and leaders are instrumental in promoting civic engagement. They organize town hall meetings, community forums, and other events that bring citizens together and facilitate dialogue. By providing resources, information, and guidance, community leaders empower individuals to get involved and affect change at the local level. It is through these grassroots efforts and community collaboration that we can drive meaningful progress and encourage civic participation. While national elections often take the spotlight, we cannot overlook the tremendous impact of local elections. Local government decisions directly affect our daily lives and shape the fabric of our communities. By attending city council meetings, joining local committees, and supporting local candidates, we can become active participants in the decision-making processes that affect our neighborhoods. Engaging in local politics ensures that our voices are heard and that our concerns are addressed, building a stronger, more representative government from the ground up. Active civic engagement not only holds elected officials accountable but also creates a more representative government that reflects the diverse voices of the people. It fosters a sense of community and social cohesion as individuals come together to solve shared challenges and shape the society they wish to live in. By actively participating in the democratic process, we become co-creators of our collective future, investing our time, energy, and passion towards creating a society that cherishes and upholds the core principles of democracy. To empower citizens to be informed and engaged participants in the democratic process, comprehensive voter education resources are crucial. These resources, such as voter guides, online tools, and educational programs, provide citizens with the knowledge and tools necessary to make informed decisions. By investing in voter education, we can ensure that every citizen understands the importance of voting and has the information they need to exercise their rights effectively. The media also plays a crucial role in promoting civic engagement. Media outlets have the power to deliver unbiased and accurate news, provide coverage of local elections, and facilitate constructive public discourse. By holding those in power accountable and providing citizens with the information they need to make informed decisions, the media can contribute to an informed electorate and a thriving democracy. Throughout history, citizen-led initiatives and activism have shaped the democratic process and brought about transformative change. Grassroots campaigns for specific causes, driven by passionate individuals, have successfully influenced policy decisions and challenged the status quo. Recognizing and celebrating these citizen-led movements is essential, as it highlights the power of individual agency, reminding us that change is possible when we come together and advocate for what we believe in. Fostering a culture of civic responsibility is paramount to cultivating an engaged citizenry. This responsibility starts with education, teaching future generations about the importance of civic engagement and the impact each individual can have on the democratic process. By involving young people in community activities, encouraging them to volunteer and participate in local governance, we instill in them a sense of duty and commitment to their society, ensuring the continued vitality of our democracy. Political parties also have a role to play in promoting civic engagement. They can organize voter registration drives, campaign events, and advocate for policies that encourage citizen participation. By actively engaging citizens at the grassroots level and promoting volunteering and community service, political parties can help build a stronger democratic foundation. Finally, the government itself must take steps to promote civic engagement. Implementing voting reforms that remove barriers to voting, ensuring that public services are accessible and inclusive, and encouraging citizen participation in policymaking processes are all essential initiatives. When the government actively invites and embraces citizen input, it strengthens the foundation of our democracy and fosters trust between the government and the people it represents. In conclusion, voting and civic engagement are the bedrock of a thriving democracy. They empower citizens to shape their government, influence policy decisions, and ensure that the voices of the people are heard. Informed voting, community involvement, and active participation in the democratic process are crucial to safeguarding our cherished principles of freedom, liberty, and individual rights. It is through our collective engagement that we can create a society that reflects the will and aspirations of its people, true to the values of capitalism and American democracy.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of the Liberty and Democracy Podcast. We hope you found today's content interesting, intriguing, and useful. You're invited to join us again, as our podcast episodes are now published every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In the meanwhile, don't forget to visit our ebook page at www.sersea.com/ebooks, as well as stop by our website at www.libertarian.center, or our Liberty and Democracy YouTube channel at bit.ly/democracy videos.